Hello, everyone, and welcome back to What If Female Deku Had an Ice Quirk, Part 3. Where we last left off, Izumi just met All Might and defeated the Sludge Villain, and they had their small conversation, and All- um, All Might is like, this girl's a little weird, but she fought and without hesitation. Hmm. See what she wants to do before making any decisions. And he asked her, "So, Izumi, what are your plans? You have a powerful quirk there. What are your plans for life?" And Izumi's like, "Well, besides taking over being the head of the house, um, me and my grandfather had a conversation, and he wants me to enjoy life and maybe join UA. So that's what I'm going to do. Join UA, become a hero. Till I have to take over and sorry, and help run my family." So those are my plans. And All Might say, "Those are noble goals indeed, family and becoming a hero." And he thinks in his head, well, if she does, the exams are coming up pretty soon. I'll keep eye out on her and see if she does anything more extraordinary. And I might pass her down my quirk. He's like, oh, and my time's almost up. Well, Izumi, um, thanks for the assist. And he jumps away. And this time the sludge villain doesn't get out, so there's no incident with Bakugo right now. So Izumi just looks up with the same face she always has, and she walks home. Her mother goes like, "Oh, how's your day?" And she's like, "Good. Um, but I'm sorry, mother, but I gotta go to bed. I have to start training to get into UA." And Sumi's mom is like, Inko is like, "Well, um, okay. Oh, before I forget, um, I also made some dinner if you want some dinner." Izumi just shakes her head slowly. She's like, "Thanks, mom. Um, might as well have some and then go to bed." She gives her mom a hug. And she eats, goes to bed, and then the next morning she starts. Even though she does have really great mastery over her quirk, she just goes to the beach, to Dagobah Beach, and figure out what's going on. And she realizes it's quite a mess, and no one's really doing anything about it. So she's like, "Well, I could use this part of my training," and she trains for the remainder, just a light workout exercise, trying to clear the beach, and then she probably gets it within like a couple weeks, probably like 4 weeks. And yeah, so I'm just gonna skip. Also, while she's training, All Might is keeping her eye on her to see what she's doing, because he's deciding to give her his quirk. and he just walks off. It's like, just walks off. So we're just gonna cut to the exams, and President Mike is like, does his whole speech. He's like, for the first part of the test, you'll be testing knowledge, and so Zumi just looks at these questions like, in her head, she gives out a sigh. She's like, this is very trivial, but I will do it. And she finishes the test and like really quickly. And from that, she's also very intelligent, so she got like top scores. And she walks up to President Mike and she hands him her papers. And President Mike is like, wow, that was quick. You could have took a lot longer. And he was like, I finished it because I knew all the answers. She bows to him politely. It's like, I'll be waiting in there. Is it okay if I wait in the next area? Person might just like, sure. We'll be starting it when everyone else is finished. And she gives a nod and walks away. And I also mentioned this, because, if I don't, someone might bring it up. But yeah, Sumi does not trip, so she doesn't meet Uraraka in this scene right now. So, what happens is, she's waiting for everything to finish, and when she's walking to the exams, to the second part of exams, like down the hallway, she runs into someone who has red and white hair, and he's not really paying attention, and he bumps into her. He's like, oh, I apologize. And she's like, it's okay, I should have watched where it's going. And are you here about the exams too? And he's like, yeah, I just got done with my portion. It's like, I thought every student was in the class. He's like, oh, I got in through recommendations. And he's like, Izumi's like, well, good luck. I hope to see you in the class in the near future. Just to bring out small talk. And the kid's like, oh, yeah. Good luck with your rest of the exams too. And he walks off. And they meet up. So we're going to cut to the second part of the exams. And this is when Ida does this whole speech of like, there's 4 robots, blah blah blah. Zumi's like in her thoughts, like, this guy is a loudmouth, privileged. He's very privileged, loudmouth. But he's not my problem. I have to focus on what's going to be on the test. But it's so hard to focus when he's talking still. And so she speaks up. He's like, she kind of speaks up, and she's like, the loudest she can at the moment. And she's like, will you please let the instructor finish? He was probably going to get to it. And Ida just shuts his mouth and looks embarrassed. And President Mike, well said, girl. Yes, I was going to get to it. And she's like, this is the 0 pointer. if it shows up, avoid it at all cost. It's not going to be worth any points. And now, if everyone wants to get ready, we'll get ready in a few minutes. We'll start the next test. And then as Zumi sees her good spot, she starts walking forward to the entrance, and she gets stopped by Ida. It's like, what do you think you're doing? She's like, going up to the front, and it's like, I bet we're going up to talk to the and bug the class. And she's like, no, I was just going up to the front. In her monotone voice, is like, if anything, you are bugging the class. Now please leave me alone. Not the class, but the participants, I meant to say. Sorry about that. Little hiccup. And she's like, please leave me alone. She's like, I'm not. And Ida is like, I'm not done here. And Izumi just lets out like a big ice wall behind her before Ida was about to touch her shoulder again. And Izumi just makes that big ice floor behind her and cuts Ida off. And it kind of shuts him off. He's like, okay. And he just walks the other way. Because his kind of got frozen and kind of touched it and got a cold chill. And then as the doors, Izumi walks up to the front, and as the door rises, she just starts running and starts freezing the bots. And everyone's just standing there, and Hero Mike's, she's got the right idea. A real disaster doesn't wait for you, so go. You know, everyone else is running, trying to catch up to Zumi, and Zumi just is ice skating very finessely and like making the ice ramps, kind of like, you know, what Iceman does. And she's going around freezing, like shooting like icicles at the robots, destroying them, wrecking them points, and just like surfing on the ice, like, you know, like I said, Iceman, and from the X-Men. And she's like skidding around, throwing precise projectiles. And back in the stands, All Might and Nezu and all the heroes are watching. It's like, wow, she has a powerful quirk. Kind of like that and Endeavor's there also there too, seeing all this. And Midnight Brain's like, it's kind of like your son, Todoroki, using nice abilities, but this one seems more diverse and stronger. Like it looks like she's directing and moving and bending the ice so she can target the things on will. What's her full abilities? And Nezu's like, well, I did a background check, and it's not just ice. She has the ability to control any source of water. So if she really wanted to, she could bend, like, control your body and bend it to her will. And then Denver's like, And Nezu's like, oh well, she looks very promising. And All Might's like, indeed, she has the marks of the true hero. And then Nezu's like, well, let's test that theory, shall we? And he releases the zero-point robot, Izumi just looks at it and sighs and starts to walk away until she hears screams for help, and she sees a girl under the rubble. And she runs up to her and she's like, "Are you hurt?" She's like, "This boulder fell on my ankle. I can't move." And Izumi's like, "Okay, I got this." And so she makes some like a ice like pillar, like to push the rock. Like basically, she's like touches the rock. It freezes down and to like a subatomic level. So I've changed it. And she's like, "I'm gonna try this." Never worked in training, but I'm gonna try it. So yeah, she freezes it to a on the subatomic level and makes it into a ice block, ice rock, and then she turns into powder snow. And she picks up she shoots a beam of ice like a trail going down to the front, like going down to the exit. She picks up Uraraka, like kind of makes a makeshift um snowboard, puts her down on it, and pushes her as the rocker slides down safely out of the way. Right before the Zilporter tries to step on to them. So basically, Zumi made a slide and pushed Uraraka out of the way down the slide, just out of safety. And she barely gets out of the way of the Zilporter. She's like, troublesome. And she's like, this might. I can't let anyone else get hurt by this. And so she shoots at the ground, and she forms two huge icicles from her quirk. Like probably big enough and sharp enough to pierce the zip pointer, and she launches them and throws them directly at its head. It pierces through the zip pointer, and it the zip pointer explodes. But so yeah, and then she just walks away like nothing really happened, and all these kids are watching like, whoa, she just destroyed that robot. But with nothing but her ice ability, she's super strong. And she's walking away like it's nothing. And so as Izumi walks away, every teacher sees that. She's like, she is strong indeed. Sorry about that. My nose is kind of gunked up, but you don't need to hear that. And Izumi walks up to Uraraka. He's like, are you okay? And she's like, yeah. That could have gone a lot worse. Thank you for saving me. I think I just sprained my ankle. And Recover Girl walks up and examines it and fixes her ankle. And she's like, do you need any service, young lady? And Izumi just shakes her head no. She's like, I was just checking and seeing if this girl is okay. And she walks away. And All Might's like, I've seen enough. I think she's gonna be my next successor. And he jumps out of the room, and as she's walking out, All Might cuts off, and it's like she's like, All Might, this is a weird coincidence seeing you again. And All Might's like, yes, can we talk in private, young miss? She just nods. And they go to like a private area. He's like, look, well, I'm about, please don't be alarmed by this. And he powers down. And she's like, so are you not the real All Might? And she's preparing something behind her, make a small blade behind her. He's like, no, I am. I got injured. And he pulls up and shows his body to her. I know it sounds weird, but yeah, this, and she makes her weapon disappear. And he's like, you're not surprised by this? She's like, she's like, I can't. Well, I'm not really surprised. So, I was like, okay. And so, let me tell you what happened. And he explains what happened. And Izumi's like, still has a same expression on her face. And he's like, I want to give you my quirk. And she's like, but I already have one. She's like, and how can you pass it down? He's like, this will enhance you and help you be a greater hero. I only can be a hero for 5 hours a day. My power is draining, and if I don't choose a successor, this will be gone forever. I can see you being a symbol of peace. And he's like, there's something you need to know. And it's like, what? With my quirk, like, I don't feel emotions. Doesn't mean I don't have them. They have to be extreme. And I can smile and stuff, but I don't think it will look good in the press. I can't be a top hero because I know we'll be a top hero because I don't have the personality of a hero. And All Might just laughs. He's like, it doesn't matter if you're the number 1 or the number 10 hero. As long as you help people and have your heart pure, you'll be a great hero no matter what. And besides, look at Endeavor. He has the worst attitude of a hero sometimes, with never smiling. But he's number 2. And he might be number 1 soon. Since I will be losing my powers. Zemi just nods. It's like, you really think I could be a good hero? Even not showing any emotion? And All Might just smiles like, one of the best. This gives Zemi a quick little smile. She's like, thank you. I will accept your gift. And he's like, good. Good. And he plucks out one of his hairs and he's like, eat this. She's like, she just grabs it and makes a glass, and then like she pulls water out from the moisture of the air, fills it with water. She puts in like the hair in the mouth and then she chugs it down, making a makeshift glass of water. And then she turns the glass of water into dust, like powder snow. And then she's like, now what? It's like, well, it'll take a day for my quirk to fully be one with your quirk. But we'll discuss more tomorrow. Class won't start until a week, and I'm pretty sure you got accepted. So I will be off. And he opens the door and walks away. Izumi just shrugs. She's like, that was nice. And she gives a nice little small little smile as she walks home. And then the next day, Izumi wakes up to a loud noise, and she's like, "Mother, what is it?" And Inko's like, "You got a package," and she bursts into Izumi's room, and she's like, "Open it, open it, open it." And Izumi is like, "Okay, Mom, calm down." And she's like, "I'm just so excited for my baby girl. I know you probably got accepted, but this is always exciting." And she opens it, and a hologram of All Might pops up. It's like, "Congratulations, Izumi Midoriya. I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna cut straight to the chase. You are the top student of the first years, and get the top scores, and you also beat my record. Congratulations, young Midoriya, and I welcome you to your Hero Academia." And Izumi has a smile on her face, and Inko is like, "I'm so proud of you," and she gives her a hug, and she's like, "Thanks, Mom." And Inko's like, "Well, I'm gonna celebrate by making a big feast for you. Better not go anywhere." And she gives her daughter one last hug, and that's where we're gonna call it for today. Sorry, if this one's short. It's almost all the stuff, but thank you guys so much for listening. The next episode will be hopefully a longer one. I'll probably cover the heroes versus villains, and to cover the attack on the USJ. So thank you guys so much for listening. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Everyone stay safe out there, and also please subscribe if you like this video. Thank you so much, and goodbye.